Good morning to all. Today we shall discuss the properties of definite integration. Very important article. How evaluate the definite integration by using some special properties. There are some properties we to use to evaluate the definite integration. Without this property, we cannot evaluate some definite integration. Let us now discuss about these properties. Properties 1, that is integration from a to b fx dx equals to integration from a to b f of a plus b minus x dx. That is one important properties. Also in special case integration from 0 to a fx dx is same as integration from 0 to a f of a minus x dx. That is one important properties for the definite integration. Now give an example for this. Suppose the integration is of the form 0 to pi x dx by 1 plus sin x. This type of integration cannot be evaluated directly without any properties. Here the function is x by 1 plus sin x and a is 0 and b is pi. 0 pi. We have to use these properties. Take it as I. Then integration becomes 0 to pi. Instead of x, we have to write a minus x. That means x will be pi minus x dx divided by 1 plus sin pi minus x. Because 0 to a fx dx is same as 0 to a f of a minus x dx. By using these properties, here x becomes pi minus x because here a is pi. A minus x means pi minus x dx. Here sin x, that will be sin pi minus x, which is equal to 0 to pi minus x dx by 1 plus sin x, because sin pi minus x is sin x. It is also I, which is equal to 0 to pi dx by 1 plus sin x is one integration, and another is 0 to pi x dx by 1 plus sin x. Now as this integration is I, then this integration is also I. The left hand side is I, right hand side is also a minus I. So the left hand side becomes 2y. 2y is equal to, taking pi common from outside the integration, that is equal to 0 to pi dx by 1 plus sin x. Now we have to evaluate the integration 0 to pi dx by 1 plus sin x, that is equal to pi multiplying 1 minus sin x on the numerator. The numerator is 1 minus sin x dx divided by denominator will be 1 minus sin square x, because we multiply 1 minus sin x in the numerator also in denominator. Now the integration becomes 0 to pi 1 minus sin x by cos square x. 1 minus sin square x is cos square x, which is equal to pi 0 to pi 1 by cos square x, that is equal to sec square x dx. 1 minus sin x by cos square x. Numerator is, in the numerator there are two terms and denominator is a single term. So we divide two parts. One is 1 by cos square x, that is cos sec square x, and another is 0 to pi sin x by cos square x. Sin x by cos square x is same as the tan x into sec x, because sin x by cos x is tan x and another cos x which will be in the numerator will be sec x, that will be sec x into tan x dx. Because now we can evaluate this integration directly, which is equal to pi 2y equals to pi into, that is the integration of sec square x is tan x minus integration of sec x into tan x, that is equal to sec x from 0 to pi, which is equal to pi into, first you put tan pi minus sec pi minus tan 0 minus sec 0, upper limit minus lower limit. We know that tan pi is 0, but sec pi is minus 1. Sec pi is minus 1, so that will be plus 1. Tan 0 is 0 and sec 0 is 1. So that will be minus 1 plus 1. That is equal to 2 pi. 2y equals to 2 pi. So I equals to pi. That is the answer of this definite integration. By using these properties, we evaluate the integration 0 to pi x dx by 1 plus sin x. Suppose another examples. Suppose the integration is like that, 0 to 1 log 1 plus x by 1 plus x square dx. How to evaluate this definite integration? Now put x equals to tan theta. Previously we discussed that when there is a term a square plus s square, we have to put x equals to a tan theta. A is here 1, so put x is equal to tan theta by trigonometry substitution. So dx becomes sec square theta d theta. Now the limit of the integration will be changed. When x equals to 0, tan theta equals to 0. When x equals to 0, tan theta equals to 0. This implies theta equals to 0. So lower limit of the integration is 0. When x is equal to 1, tan theta equals to 1, means theta equals to pi by 4. So the upper limit is pi by 4 and the numerator is log 1 plus tan theta, because we put here x as tan theta, and now dx is sec square theta d theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta, that is sec square theta. Now the numerator is also sec square theta, denominator is also sec square theta. So cancelling this term, we have I is equal to 0 to pi by 4 log 1 plus tan theta d theta. Without properties, we cannot evaluate this type of definite integration. Now, using the properties, we have 0 to pi log 1 plus tan theta will be pi by 4 minus theta. Because here a is pi by 4, instead of theta, we have to a minus theta, means pi by 4 minus theta, which is equal to 0 to pi by 4 log 1 plus tan a minus b, that is equal to tan pi by 4 minus tan theta by 1 plus tan pi by 4 into tan theta into d theta. So which is equal to 0 to pi by 4 log 1 plus 1 minus tan theta, because we know that tan pi by 4 is 1. divided by 1 plus tan theta d theta, which is equal to 0 to pi by 4 log, taking LCM we have, that is 2 by 1 plus tan theta d theta. In the numerator it will be 1 plus tan theta plus 1 minus tan theta. Cancelling tan theta minus tan theta, numerator will becomes 2 and denominator is 1 plus tan theta. We know that log a by b equals to log a minus log b. So the integration becomes 0 to pi by 4 log 2 d theta, and another integration is 0 to pi by 4 log 1 plus tan theta d theta. We know that this integration is I, so left hand side will be 2I. As this integration is I, this is also I, this is also I and I. Now I equals to 0 to pi by 4 log 2 d theta minus 0 to pi by 4 log 1 plus tan theta. The left hand side becomes 2y and right hand side will be taking common log 2 from outside of the integration, we have 0 to pi by 4 d theta. Integration of d theta is theta from 0 to pi by 4. Now putting upper limit minus lower limit, the answer will be pi by 4 log 2. It is the value of the 2y, so I will be pi by 8 log 2. That is the answer of this definite integration. So we using these properties to evaluate this type of integration. Another examples. Suppose the integration is of the form (1 to 2) root x dx by 3 minus x root over plus root x. How to evaluate this integration? Now here a is 1, b equals to 2, and we have to use the formula a to b fx dx equals to a to b f of a plus b minus x dx. Using these properties, taking it as I, so I will be 1 to 2. Here x will becomes a plus b minus x. Here a is 1, b is 2. So x will be 3 minus x root over dx. And it will be x, because instead of x, we have to write 3 minus x and 3 will be cancelled. So it will be x plus 3 minus x root over. This is also I. As this integration is I, this is also I, because we know that a to b fx dx equals to a to b f of a plus b minus x dx. Now adding these two, then 2y will be becomes 1 to 2, denominator is root x plus 3 minus x root x, and numerator will be root x plus 3 minus x root x. Now it will be cancelled, only 1 to 2 dx, the integration of dx is x. Now putting upper limit minus lower limit, it is 2 minus 1, that is 1. So the value of the integration is 2y equals to 1, so I equals to 1 by 2. So this type of integration can be evaluated by using these properties. Next we have to move the second properties. First property is important one, very important. Number 2, the integration of minus a to plus a fx dx will be 2 times 0 to a fx dx if f of x is even, and it will be 0 if f of x is odd. If the function is even, how we know that the function is even or odd? If f of minus x equals to f of x, then it will be a even function. And if f of minus x equals to minus fx, that is a odd function. So first we have to determine whether the function is odd or even. When the integration is from minus a to plus a fx dx, first we have to check whether the function is odd or even. If the function is odd, its value will be 0. And if the function is even, then it will be 2 times 0 to a fx dx. Then we can evaluate the integration. For example, suppose the integration is from minus 1 to 1 log 1 plus x by 1 minus x dx. What is the value of this integration? As this is an odd function, we can verify by this. If f of minus x is minus fx, then the function is odd. So here it is an odd function. So we can write it as 0. Directly we write as 0 because this is an odd function. If the function is odd, then value of the integral is 0. Suppose the function is minus pi by 6 to plus pi by 6 sin 5x dx. As we know that this is an odd function because we know that sin of minus x is minus sin x. So it is an odd function. So its value is 0. So when it is an odd function, it will be 0. And if it is even function, then we look to the first properties. For example, suppose the integration is of the form minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2 cos qx dx. Here the function is cos qx. F of x is cos qx. We know that f of minus x is cos q of minus x. That is equal to cos qx. So it is a even function. So its value will not be 0. We have to evaluate the integration by using these properties, which will be 2 times 0 to pi by 2 cos q x dx. That is 2 times 0 to a fx dx. So here minus a to plus a 2 times 0 to pi by 2 cos qx. The odd and even does not depend the power, it depends upon the function. Some students think that as it is q, so it is an odd function. That is not right thing. That is a function will be even or odd, we have to check. Whether the function is even or odd, that we can check by using this. If f of minus x is same as fx, then it is even. If f of minus x is minus fx, then it is odd. First we have to check whether it is even or odd. If it is odd, then its value is 0. And if it is even, then we have to move these properties, that is 2 times 0 to a fx dash. Then we can evaluate the integration, which is equal to 2 times 0 to pi by 2 cos q as cos x, another cos square x. Cos square x is 1 minus sin square x. Now we can evaluate this integration taking sin x as t. Put sin x as t. Sin x as t. Then cos x dx as dt. So the integration becomes 2 times sin 0 is 0 and upper limit will be 1 because sin pi by 2 is 1, and it will be 1 minus t square dt, which is equal to 2 times integration of 1 is t minus t cube by 3 from 0 to 1. Putting the upper limit, we have 2 into 1 minus 1 by 3, which is equal to 4 by 3. The value of the definite integration is 4 by 3. So when we use these properties, first we have to check whether the function is odd or even. If the function is odd, its value will be 0. And if the function is even, then we have to put these properties, that is 2 times 0 to a fx dx. Then we will evaluate the definite integration as. Next, move to third properties. Properties number 3. Integration from 0 to 2a fx dx will be 2 times 0 to a fx dx if f of 2a minus x will be fx, and 0 if f of 2a minus x will be minus fx. The value of the integration depends upon whether f of 2a minus x is minus fx or plus fx. If it is minus fx, then its value is directly 0. And if it is f of x, then it will be 2 times 0 to a fx dx. Suppose the integration is of the form 0 to pi cos qx dx. Suppose the integration is 0 to pi cos qx dx. We can integrate this integration directly, but by using these properties, we can first here 2a is pi. We know that cos q pi minus x is minus cos qx. So its value will be 0, because if f of 2a minus x is minus fx, then it will be 0. Here 2a is pi. So cos q pi minus x is minus cos qx. So its value will be 0. If it is cos square x, suppose it is cos square x, then it will be plus cos x. Then it will not be 0. It will be 2 times 0 to a. A means pi by 2 cos square x dx. Then we can evaluate the integration by putting the formula cos square x. That is equal to 2 times 0 to pi by 2. Instead of cos square x, we can write 1 plus cos 2x by 2 dx, which will be 2 cancel. Integration of 1 is x and cos 2x is sin 2x by 2 from 0 to pi by 2. Then putting the upper limit, we have pi by 2 plus here sin pi by 2 is 2, sin pi, that is 0, minus 0. So answer will be pi by 2. It will not be 0. But if it is cos qx, then it will be 0. Because cos q pi minus x is minus cos 2x. So it will be 0. So if the function f of 2a minus x is fx, then it will be 2 times 0 to fx dx. If f of 2a minus it will be minus fx, then it will be 0. This is also important properties. Last properties number 4. 0 to nt f of x dx equals to n times 0 to t fx dx, where f of x is a periodic function. F of x is a periodic function with period t. If fx is a periodic function with period t and integration is from 0 to nt f of x dx, then it will be n times 0 to t fx dx. Periodic function, what is periodic function? A function f of x is said to be periodic function with period t if f of x plus t will be f of x, then fx is said to be a periodic function with period t where t is greater than or equal to 0. T is a positive real number. For example, if f of x equals to sin x, we know that sin 2 pi plus x equals to sin x. So here t is 2 pi. That means sin x is a periodic function with period 2 pi. Similarly, cos x, tan x is a periodic function with pi. But sin x, cos x, sec x, cosec x are all periodic function with 2 pi. Bracket x is also a periodic function with period 1. Bracket x is a periodic function with period 1. So this is known as the periodic function. So when fx is a periodic function with period t, then integration from 0 to n t f of x dx equals to n times 0 to t fx dx. For example, if the integration from 0 to 1000 e to the power x minus bracket x dx, how we evaluate this integration? We know that bracket x is a periodic function with period 1. So this integration will be 1000 times 0 to 1. 0 to nt equals to n times 0 to t. T means the period of the function. Since the period of the function is 1, so it will be 1000 times n here 1000. 1000 times 0 to 1 e to the power x minus bracket x dx, which is equal to 1000 from 0 to 1. We know that the value of the bracket function from 0 to 1 is 0. So this term will be vanishes. The integration will be e to the power x dx, because the value of the bracket x from 0 to 1 is 0. So it will be e to the power x dx, which can be evaluated directly e to the power x from 0 to 1, which is 1000 e to the power 1 minus e to the power 0. That is equal to 1000 into e minus 1. That is the value of the integration. So we can use these properties for the periodic functions. Lastly, I shall discuss an important example which can help you to solve all the problem of the article number 9k. That is your 9k. Very important article 9k. And this is the last article for the definite integration. Totally we have finished all the integration, definite integration and indefinite integration. Then next class we shall discuss about the application of the integration, which is differential equation and area under the plane curve. Lastly, one example, and that is an important example which is also given in your example, that is number B, page number 311. 0 to pi by 2, integration from 0 to pi by 2 log sin x dx. How to evaluate this integration? This is an important one. Taking it as I. Now using the properties 0 to pi by 2 log sin, instead of x we write as pi minus x dx. That is properties 0 to a fx dx equals to 0 to a f of a minus x dx. By using these properties, we have write as instead of x as pi by 2 minus x, because here a is pi by 2, which is equal to 0 to pi by 2 cos x dx, because sin pi by 2 minus x is as cos x. So taking this is also I. Now adding these two, 2y equals to 0 to pi by 2 log sin x plus log cos x dx. Now this integration is log a plus log b. Log a plus log b, we know that log ab means log sin x into cos x dx. Then 0 to pi by 2 log, multiply 2 here, that will be sin 2x by 2 dx. Multiplying 2, divide also 2, that will be sin 2x by 2, which is equal to 0 to pi by 2 log sin 2x dx is 1 and another is 0 to pi by 2 log 2 dx, because log a minus log b is log a minus log b. Then put 2x as t, put 2x as t, so that equals to 2 dx is equal to dt. Then the value of the integration will change, limit of the integration will change, that is equal to 0 and it will be pi log sin t dt and outside is half minus taking log 2 from outside the integration 0 to pi by 2 dx, which is will be half. We know that 0 to 2a fx dx equals to 2 times 0 to a fx dx. If f of 2a minus x will be f of x. Using these properties, sin pi minus t is sin t. Here it is 2a. So sin pi minus t is sin t. So that will be 2 times 0 to pi by 2 log sin t dt minus log 2 integration of dx is x from 0 to pi by 2. Cancelling 2, now integration is 0 to pi by 2 log sin t dt minus pi by 2 log 2. Already we have discussed that 0 to a fx dx is same as the integration of 0 to a f of y dy is same as the integration 0 to a f of z dz. Variable has no rule in the definite integration. So this integration is 0 to pi by 2 log sin x dx minus pi by 2 into log 2. Here the left hand side is 2y. And this integration is also I, as it is I. So this integration is also I, but the left hand side is 2i. So 2i minus I equals to minus pi by 2 log 2. That means I is equal to minus pi by 2 log 2, which is equal to pi by 2 into log 1 by 2, because minus log 2 is same as log 1 by 2. That is the value of this integration, and this example is very important, which is also given in your textbook. Another example, suppose the integration is of the form 0 to 1 log 1 0 to 1 x by log x by 1 minus x square root over dx. How to evaluate this integration? This is also an important problem. Here take it as I and put x as sin theta. Now the limit of the integration will be 0, because sin 0 is 0. and when it is 1, sin theta is 1, means theta is equal to pi by 2. So the integration will be 0 to pi by 2. Log x means sin theta and dx will be cos theta d theta, and instead of dx we write as cos theta d theta divided by 1 minus sin square theta square root, which will be cos theta. So cancelling cos theta, the integration becomes 0 to pi by 2 log sin theta d theta, which is already discussed previous examples. Then you can evaluate in this manner to find the value, and its value will be pi by 2 log 1 by 2. You have to evaluate this. You cannot put directly the value of this integration as pi by 2 log 1 by 2. That is the definite integration and properties of the definite integration. Thank you all.